Okay, yeah. So I've been working on different memory configurations because I mean that's a big deal, right? With context and all those different things. So I wanted this is kind of a teaser video. Um I'm I'm working on true recall and I'm trying to sort it out, and oh my gosh, is it so hard, going through it with the AI, cuz half the time it says, "Oh yeah, I did that," but then it didn't really do that. So I finally kind of settled on a layout. So I'm going to do, and she's separating it right now. So True Recall V1, I found a way, or I guess Kimmy found a way to hook into the real-time monitor in OpenClaw, right? So that way every line can go to the Qdrant database, right? So I basically got rid of the other database, Redis. And so this so I was putting everything into one True Recall version 2 and kind of like just moving away from version 1. But what I decided is some people might not want a more complicated version. Maybe you just want a hook that just captures every line from you and the AI into the Qdrant memory, to where you could just use it as a interactive, memory search, right? To remember things. I mean, it's very useful. Like that's the first thing that I did when I was using Redis to dump it into Qdrant, and I still have that same full, set of memories, and I use it all the time. So the V2 is where it has, so it's really slick, right? So what it does is, so yeah, this is future me. There was a black screen area in the video that I cut out when I was previewing. So this is future me. This is what I'm about to talk about, how the recall and everything works right here. So please stay tuned to your scheduled programming. But the problem that I'm having is the gems quality weren't that good, right? So I actually am using a local model of Quinn 30B to make nice gems to be injected. And then I set I set the threshold at 0.8, so it has to like really match the conversation in order to inject a gem. Because one thing that keep in mind is injecting gems or context does increase your context. But what's really, really cool about this version 2 is that you basically have, so the compactor was adjusted to where it just removes context. So as you're typing, every line goes in. So for V1, every line goes into the database, right? So it's basically 100% full context memories. Then if you add on V2, that adds on the creation of gems, which is a separate database that just stores high quality nuggets or gems, right? And so then when you're chatting, if something in your question matches a gem, it injects it before the AI responds. So it's really cool. But the thing that I'm kind of pointing out here is that what I'm doing is I'm going to make True Recall version 1 only the memory, right? So if you just want it to have all your memories, like this 2, it's not fully refined. I mean, it's kind of a, I don't want to say half-baked, because it works okay, but it takes a lot of tweaking and tuning. But if you just want to have OpenClaw to have, full context memory and be able to have it portable and take it to other AI software, or even use it with other AI software and just capture line by line and have a vector database that contains everything, then this is what you want, right? And then if you want to be like, I guess, cutting edge and you want to be able to inject memories and stuff, then you want this. But the way I'm setting it up now is you have to install this to install this, right? Oh, and here's another thing. So just for awareness, right? So GitHub, I don't know, I looked online and they said sometimes it takes like 40 days or more for them to unlock accounts because someone has the so it got auto triggered, I guess, when I changed my name on GitHub to Speedy Fox AI, so everything matches, right? Matches what my website and everything. And then I got an API key, and Kimmy, went out there and push stuff, and then I look at it and I'm like, oh, you jacked this up. Then she's pushing it again, and I don't know what part of all that triggered. Oh, one other thing is I found that she did push my token for GitHub to GitHub, so that could have been a problem too. But the thing is like, there's no real easy way to contact GitHub, and they just have my account where I see it normal, right? So if I go to GitHub, then I see it normal. So obviously it opens on OpenClaw, right? So if I go to my repositories, maybe. Okay, so here's my repositories. And this Jarvis memory just started getting traction, right? Because it was, I got 30 stars and everything. And then all of a sudden, it's hidden from everyone. So like if I open up, which I'm not going to do it now because I have to stop the recording and open it up on another tab. But basically, if I try and go through incognito, it says that my account doesn't exist. It just gets a 404. So I did create a GitLab, right? And then I also created a oh, I have to get this. So I created at speedyfox.app. I created this repository. So it's basically GitT, and I was gonna push it there, but I wanted to use something like official because if you're doing this with your friends and you're pushing, you have private stuff, that the security's all up to snuff. But like, I would understand why someone would be like, yeah, I'm not downloading it from the dude's house, right? So I'm gonna put it on here on GitLab because GitHub is a real pain in the. Anyways, but yeah, so going back to this, right? So right this second, right? I just wanted to make like just kind of a. Here's what's going on. So no Redis database, only Qdrant. It captures each conversation one at a time, right? And so then the add-on to version 1 is version 2, where this is where you get the curator and the injection, right? So this one has like some things that modify like some of OpenClaw's core functionality. This one doesn't. It just like captures, but what's really nice about this is it gets rid of Redis and it writes directly. So basically I ask a question, and I swear everyone calls or texts when I'm recording, but I ask a question, and when the AI responds, that gets stored into Qdrant. So it's a very clean and minimalistic, approach. And then you have full context memories. And then with version 2, that adds on the curator. So it's very configurable. It lets you can basically pick what model you want to create gems. And the bigger the model, the better quality the gems are. And I'm going to have like a detailed kind of, I guess, what to expect from different size models just for comparison. But that's pretty much all I had. I just kind of wanted to just, I haven't sent, usually I do like a video like every few days or whatever, but I've been kind of beating my head against the wall for this. So I just kind of wanted to give a quick update. And so this is what I'm working on, and I should have it ready, and I'm going to put it on GitLab here in like, I don't know, before Monday. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks to everyone for watching. Take care.